Welcome to Pull the Pin Ready, a place where average veterans come to share their opinions about the world we live in. We can't guarantee you're going to like our opinions.
Or we promise you, we can give them to you anyway.
I'm Jim.
I'm Nate. Let's pull the pin already.
Stop making fun of me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not that soft. I had a buddy of mine. He's a funny dude that lives here, and he jumps in. He's it's funny because that's if you can say one subject in the military that guys rag each other about, joke each other about, what is that subject?
I have no idea.
You
Anything.
do.
Anything.
No, it's pretty popular in the country today. We just had an episode about half of it. Homosexuality.
Oh.
When we rag each other, that's usually what we attack, and we do it in a way because we know that usually gets to guys because they fight so hard to resist that stuff or something. But they get a buddy that does that. It's always about that, and I just roll with it because I've been in the Army a long time. That none of that stuff bothers me. But anyway, I don't even know that's relevant because we're talking about headlines and articles that we read or don't read. But we'll pull up some headlines and we will tell you how to think, feel, and react. Even though we haven't read the article either, we could tell just from the headline what it's all about. And our opinion is way more valuable than anything you get out of there because why, Nate?
Oh, we're average veterans. We've been around the world and we know everything.
See, Nate knows that, right? Nate knows that. I know that. And now you will know that because we're going to prepare you for these headlines. So why don't we jump into this, Nate?
Boom.
Boom. Scientists identify new Antarctic ice sheet tipping point. Warning, future sea level rise may be underestimated.
And I feel sorry for all those politicians that have beachfront places.
Mm-hmm. Well, you say that, but I'm buying them. I'm buying them because then I'll own the land and the water that's on top of it. And then when this climate change changes again and the water goes back out because some other place is freezing, I got me all those beachfront properties.
How many have you bought so far?
I'm buying, dude.
Yeah, you haven't bought one, you're not going to buy any.
Well, I'm buying them all. Believe me, when this happens and they start selling those things, I'm buying.
And they sell them dirt cheap.
Mm-hmm. I'm buying them. So, yep, good on you. Again, dude, I even heard on TV, it was, God, I don't remember who it was. Maybe it was AOC or maybe, I don't know, somebody in there talking about, I think it was like Joy Reid or one of those View people. I don't know who those people are, but they're all dumb in my opinion. Talking about the summer heat is now proof of climate change.
They always get warm in summertime. Maybe because it's so hot now in the summertime.
You telling me, but they have records for this. You know what I mean? You can look back at the historical temperatures for this, and know that that's my concern with people. Like I understand, like our whole purpose here is to give you some information on headlines because we know people aren't actually reading this crap. Even yourself, half the time, don't even know some of these things going on.
I wouldn't call we give information, but go ahead.
Well, right, it's information, it's maybe opinions, whatever, but it's information, But the point I'm getting at is, like, I don't understand the people watching this stuff, the people listening to those people. I mean, do you not have the common sense to discern that these people are constantly lying, making stuff up? Maybe they do. That's why shows like Jerry Springer were popular and wrestling was a big thing. People kind of knew it was fake. You know what I mean? So maybe people do. Maybe people want that in their life.
It's entertainment value.
Maybe they want people to control their thinking so they don't have to. You know what I mean? How easy would it be if you didn't have to be accountable for your decisions and you didn't even have to make them?
Oh, it'd be this easy.
All right. Julian Assange strikes plea deal, pleads guilty in exchange for release.
So I guess he pled guilty. So I guess he did take responsibility.
No, because this is always a tactic.
14 years later. I even forgot. It's been so damn long. I forgot what.
I don't know which one was he. Was the WikiLeaks guy?
Oh, yeah, that's what he was. That's when he was.
Yeah. I don't know, because who's the other guy? Snowden?
Yeah, no, Snowden was WikiLeaks. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. At the end of the day, I don't really care either. And if you're hiding stuff, you know what I mean? If you put the country in direct threat by, revealing their game plan, like, as if you're Eagles staff were to go out and say, "Hey, this is the plays we're going to run," that kind of would make you pissed off.
So I mean, you're going to plead guilty, but you're not getting jail time. You're not going anything. You're going back to Australia.
Yeah, well,
Well,
it's an exchange. It just says right there, plead guilty in exchange for release. So it's not that he's pleading guilty for guilty; he's just exchanging it for his release.
so you just
This,
release them then. Who
but this is
cares?
the judicial system, dude. This is the system. They take you in on the high crimes, and then they bring you in and they say, "Well, if you plead to this lower one, we'll give you just this and that and that." So you're exchanging your freedom for a crime you probably didn't do, or
You don't think he did it?
well, I'm sure he did, but at the end of the day, I don't know if it's really a crime, is it?
Espionage? I think it's a crime.
I don't know the details of what he did. I thought he just leaked some, because right now we got whistleblower crap now. Wouldn't he be a whistleblower in today's?
I don't remember what he
And you
avowed,
remember,
what information he had. A whistleblower is when someone's doing something wrong.
well, the government's always doing
And you,
stuff wrong.
yeah, well, maybe no, that was Snow.
I don't remember, dude, but the
Me either.
point
I
is,
think one of them was actually. I would think one of these two was a whistleblower and should not have gotten in trouble before they released. But
mm, well, all of it, like I said, well, I mean, I think, again, if you're releasing top secret information or something like that, yeah, that's a crime too. But if you're blowing the whistle on corruption and they call it top secret, it's a gray
yeah,
area
right,
there. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's a gray area. And even I can recognize that it does serve a public good. And I've had to deal with some of this stuff on my level as well, because a lot of organizations are corrupt. And again, I go back to my argument. It's not just corrupt against one group. And if it is a group, it's the people that don't have power. It's not a color. It's not a religion. It's just people with no power. Now, if that people with power happen to be a color or a religion, they may extend that, disadvantage to other people and other groups or colors or religions. But it's not about those specifically. It's really about power and who doesn't have power and control. So at the end of the day, yeah,
But
I
at the
don't
end of the
know.
day, he's gonna be a free man and good to go.
Who knows, man? They might snag him on something else. You know how this stuff works, dude. I would be afraid to do this myself. I'd rather just,
Yeah, because
you know,
he's going to American soil to plead guilty.
I hope.
He
I hope,
is some island over there. Some island we have control over
oh, a
some island.
territory.
Yeah, territory north of Australia over there. I did see this on the news today. That's the only reason.
Oh, look at this, man. Finally, I pick a headline you know way more about than I do. Way more.
I
The
don't know anything
fact that
about
you knew that was
I
way
don't
more than I knew.
I don't know anything about this one either.
Well, this one I kind of think is really funny because I did see something about this. Biden witnessed dog attack multiple staffers.
It's his same German Shepherd that's been attacking people.
Yes,
I don't think that one's allowed back in the White House. I think that one stays away now.
correct. I think now he's out. They got rid of it. But what brought this up is they tried to cover this up.
Even the dog doesn't like Democrats.
Yeah. Well, it went out. I think it bit a lot of the Secret Service staff.
uh,
So, but it covered it. They covered it up. They tried to get rid of some of this evidence, apparently, that this even happened. And I think at the end of the day, wouldn't you let's bring this into your house, dude, your own house. You're not the president. I get it. You're not rich, famous, all that stuff. I get it. You don't have people that you don't know wandering through your house all day. I get it. But if your dog were to bite somebody in your house, what would you do?
depends on the situation. Will this person welcome in my house?
Okay. He was.
Okay, then my dog needs to be traded some way or another that
Right.
doesn't
Okay.
bite more
So
people.
so in the end, okay, I'll concede one bite, circumstances, not a big, not the decision might be a little harder. But if he were to bite multiple people
He's,
on multiple occasions,
he needs to go to like a police force or something, be trained so he can go bite other people.
mm,
He's already trained him biting. Now you just got to make him bite the bad people.
right? Or maybe he was biting the bad people. I don't know. But you get what I'm saying? Like, to me, again, this lacks common sense. How is this man running our country when he can't even run his own house? Well, we know he's not. Obama's running the country, but he's not even running his own house. He can't even take control of his own pets and make good choices when they make mistakes. I don't understand. I don't understand this. But yet people support, oh, he's a good father because he let his drug addict son have millions of dollars and go into foreign countries and represent the Biden family. That's not a good father. Good father wouldn't do that. Good father puts you on a little island, lets you rehab,
Which
you know,
island?
Jet Epstein Island. Let you rehab, right? That's a good father. Take care of you, you know?
We'll move on.
Move on to an island ourselves. This was interesting. Loneliness can increase stroke risks by up to 56%, finds research. Finds research. Does that even make sense?
Research
Research
finds, maybe.
finds, right? What do you think? So clearly the guy writing this was lonely.
Yeah, it came into a headline.
Right.
That's high. That's more than half.
Yeah, this is deep. This is deep, like mind blowing if it's true.
Well, it's true. The research found it.
No, it found the research. It
Oh,
found the research. Now it's not lonely anymore because
yeah,
loneliness found research.
they did.
But you know what? Like, look, I can attest to this stuff because that's, and I think there's a lot of veterans battles, right? I think this is, if I get serious for a minute, this is the core of a lot of, I don't want to say PTSD, but a lot of veteran suicide struggle. They feel alone, and I understand why, because like even right now, being on this show with you brings back that camaraderie, that hey, support system kind of team thing. You know what I mean? Like that's the stuff a lot of veterans have all the time. Even the worst of worst veterans, they can be isolated, and some of them have killed themselves in the service. They can be there, but it's probably because they were alienated at some point and felt alone. You know what I mean? And this is the argument, I'll tie it into like the gay community, the gay mafia stuff. I can understand how they find themselves in this place. They feel alone because they have a certain lifestyle and it's not permitted and they have to hide it so they can't pursue their happiness. I understand that. But maybe the military is not for you then. Maybe you can go be a mercenary and go to Ukraine with your gay buddies and fight over that war. So there are other options. It's not like your life is over because you're joined an organization that doesn't like your lifestyle. I mean, you can't walk into a church and tell them, hey, you need to convert. All of you guys convert. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, but the loneliness, I can tell you, after my wife had passed, the loneliness is the hardest part. Not being alone, right? Being alone, sometimes we all seek that alone,
Yeah,
being alone moment, going fishing, sitting on a mountain, riding a motorcycle, whatever it is. But the loneliness is when you're around people and you don't feel connected. Because let's be real, we're creatures of connection. That's what we do. We seek out relationships. We seek out stuff. That's why guys bond together. That's why couples, whatever their preference is. So loneliness is a problem. So I do believe this. I don't know how they correlate it, because it's just because the stress is increased when you're alone, the depression, you know what I mean? Like I don't understand. I don't know how they correlate it. I probably could have if I read the finded research. But yeah. So I think this is the biggest battle in the world, I would say. And this is why people become furries so they can get attention and other furries. And now they feel like they have a community. They do the most idiotic, stupidest things, embarrassing themselves because they're not the normal type people and they need to find some connection. Like name to me one person who does something completely contradictory to society and they're the only person doing it.
right. Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's like it's not it. It's not how it is. Like if you think about Jesus Christ, whether you believe in him or not, he went against the entire society and he was the only person doing it. So do you think he was alone? Well, you can't say that because he had, the connection up there. So, but the point is put that in a real person's perspective. Like take a Howard Stern guy who you know why Howard Stern, do you know why Howard Stern hates Trump?
no,
I didn't know this, but he actually ran for some office and didn't get it. And then Trump came along and ran and became president. He's the most jealous slob in the world because he's trash, dude. I hated Howard Stern because all the trash. People loved it because it was different. But he was a pioneer in that field, but he wasn't alone. You know what I mean? If he was alone, look at what's his name? Who's the comedian? Killed himself. Had all that money. Oh, you know what I'm talking about. Mork and Mindy. What's his name? Was it Mork and Mindy? Gosh. You know what I'm talking about. But that's my point is that when these people that kill themselves who are successful, everybody stops and is like, well, man, if I was that rich, why, I wouldn't be killing myself, whatever like that. But I guarantee you the man was alone. He felt lonely in a world full of money. Greedy people want his money. Fake people want his money. I bet you he felt alone. I think loneliness is a huge killer, not just, stroke. And that's the sad part because I think people were put here. This feels like a sermon, not really a rant, but that's good though, because I'm always ranting. But I think people were put here for each other. Hence, if you believe the Adam and Eve story, that's what we're put here for. So when people don't show up in other people's lives, that loneliness can eat you away. And I've experienced it. I've experienced it a lot. And it's sad. It's sad. So I guess in all this rant, and not a rant, this lecture or whatever I'm going through.
Talk.
Yeah. I guess if I could say anything, I said, just show up for people. And I try to even teach my kids, find that kid in the lunchroom sitting by himself because he's weird or smelly or something. And just go give the kid attention, let him know, hey, somebody's here. And if you don't like the things about yourself, you can change them. You may need some help, but somebody's here. You know how I can tell you what's the saying about negative people, right? What do they tell you how to deal with negative people?
Don't talk to them.
Right. So how do negative people ever get better?
Good. They help other negative people.
Yeah, and that's how they get better, right? A bunch of people sitting around bitching to each other about, oh yeah, well, no, yeah, that's what I mean. So yeah, they may not be alone, but if they don't want to be negative, and the good people who aren't negative don't talk to them, they're going to be alone. So at the end of the day, all right, we're going to make sure everybody else, we're going to be alone here in a minute because we're going to get off this one. Otherwise, I could talk about this stuff all day. But hey, if you like this serious stuff, maybe we can start a branch off one. Because believe me, I could talk about serious stuff. We can talk about funny stuff. We can talk about nonsense. We can do a lot of things. It's just maybe not all in one show.
Yeah, not the next couple of shows because I'll be on vacation. So I hope you all have a great 4th of July on Thursday. But
I'm going to work this out. Yeah, you enjoy yourself, Nate.
You need to start taking vacations yourself.
Stay committed. Yeah, this is my vacation, believe it or not. These shows are my vacation away from the real world. But anyways, yeah. So good luck. Have a good vacation, Nate. Don't worry, I'll handle it. We'll get somebody on here.
Sure you will.
We'll make it all happen. And I'm sure you'll watch it when we do.
See what I missed.
Yeah. Of course, you'll be on vacation and be like, oh, the episode's coming out. Let's check it out. I'm sure you will. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining me, Nate. Thank you all for your like, share, subscribe. Thanks for everything. We'll see you next time. But until then, Godspeed.
And pull a pen ready. Boom.
Thanks for joining us here. Pull the pin already. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you like what we do, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. But most importantly, leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinions. Hope to see you here next time on Pull the Pin.